Hello and welcome to the Movie Podcast. My name is Anthony. Thank you all for joining us today. As always, I'm joined by my two co-hosts, my lovely co-hosts, Mr. Daniel.
Hello there.
And Shay. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Welcome to be back. Wait, is that how you talk?
It's a welcome to be back.
I'm welcomed,
back.
and I'm back. And you guys, I love the banners you guys put up in the studio today and the posters. It's crazy. Like I didn't know you guys missed me that much, so I'm really happy to see that.
As you know, we record in front of a live studio audience. They found out that you were returning today, and they decided not to show up.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we put the banners here to make you feel better.
I'm not gonna lie. We were gonna replace you. There was a bird that kind of hovers around Daniel's house, so we were gonna ask him to join.
The one with the bird with one eye.
The one-eye bird.
Yeah. The bird. He was going to tell us secrets of the future.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I know that most people love hearing birds, especially on a podcast. So it's nice that you guys didn't end up replacing me because I think you guys need a little bit of flavor in this group. You know.
The bird had an eye patch. That's pretty much. That's a lot of flavor.
The bird had an eye patch.
Yeah.
I must have not looked at it carefully.
That's too much flavor. That's too much flavor.
I don't want that much. Yeah, that's a little bit too much spice.
What have you been up to though, Shay?
I was in sunny California. Like I said, I went there to meet Akiva, and then I found out that he was in New York, and I was like, Daniel, you didn't tell me.
No. Shay, why did you tell me you were booking a ticket to California?
And why did I just leave?
Yeah, you just left.
Yeah, I was there, and now I'm back, and it's good to be back.
It's great to have you back. It's good to have you back.
Thank you.
What about you, Daniel?
What have I been up to? It's been a really busy month on the show. I mean, we've been this is our first numbered episode in 3 weeks, but it feels like we haven't been off because we've been making so many episodes and reviews and interviews. So it's been really busy, but it's nice. I'm just love that it seems like the warm weather is here. I think the last time we had a numbered episode, we probably had a snowstorm of some sort as well too. So, that's just how unpredictable our weather is. But no, it's good. We're going into a great time. The summer movie season is my favorite time of the year. So it's just great. I'm just happy to be able to have great movies coming out. I had a friend message me saying is there any movies or shows you don't like? I'm listening to your reviews and it seems like you guys are liking everything as of late. And I honestly think it's because it's been a really good year this year, and it's been a really good at least month of shows and movies that we've been really blessed with having them, right?
We've been lucky. We've been lucky that we've been getting
I can't wait to hate something soon.
Oh man, I can't wait for that.
I mean, there are things that we thought were okay recently. Men was okay. We'd go.
We're respectful.
Yeah, we're respectful of it. Yeah, but I'm just curious. I'm we have a big summer of movies coming up, so I'm just curious, which one isn't going to deliver?
Which one will we hate?
Which would hopefully not hate.
We're not really haters, though.
I think Thor's going to be that movie.
Thor's going to be that movie for you. Wow.
No, it's not going to be for me. For you guys.
Oh, for you.
Mean it's going to be bad for you, but good for us?
Good for me, bad for you.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah, that's okay.
Okay,
we'll see. The only one I'll be honest, the one I'm worried about is Jurassic World. But there also hasn't been a Jurassic movie that I don't like.
So here's the thing. When it comes to Jurassic World or Jurassic Park or anything, I like them all because they're pretty much like the Fast and Furious franchise for me. They're nonsensical. Even if they're quote unquote bad, they're still fun and entertaining for me.
There's still dinosaurs in it.
There's still dinosaurs. So even though with Jurassic World Dominion, I don't have high hopes for it. I'm sure it will be okay according to most people. I know I'm going to still really like it because I just want to see dinosaurs.
Is that the general consensus right now?
I don't know.
Okay?
I think people are in an interested state with it because Jurassic World came out. Obviously, it took the world by storm because it was our first Jurassic Park movie or Jurassic movie in 20 years almost, or 15 years because 3 came out 2001.
2001, yeah.
So we had that come out in 2015. It made a lot of money at the box office. It took over the box office opening weekend record. I just remember that picture of Chris Pratt on the T-Rex holding Mjolnir. That was them passing the mantle to Jurassic World, which is actually, if you go on a rabbit hole of anytime a movie has gone the highest box office opening, you see the studios kind of doing those
little nods,
those little nods, Avatar and Jurassic and Avengers and all of them. Mm-hmm. And George Lucas and Steven Spielberg obviously did it a lot in the 80s when E.T. and Star Wars and everything was trading off with one another. Where was I saying with this? Oh yeah. Jurassic World came out, took the world by storm. We had a really good time with it. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom comes out, and I think, it's a different director. It's what was the director's name? It was B.A. something.
Yeah, Fetty Wap, I believe.
Fetty Wap was 2017. Yeah, so that tracks.
It was a Spanish.
Yeah,
dude,
it was.
right?
Yes, it was. It was J.A. Bayona.
J.A. Bayona. I'm like, it's J.A. something. Came out. A lot of people had issues with it. I still think it was a good movie, but I definitely see.
I see the issues.
I see the issues in it. What did you think of it, Anthony?
It was okay.
Yeah,
I think visually it was the best one. One of the
visually?
best ones. Because the cinematography was phenomenal in that movie.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was good. I just didn't like the idea of the clones and
yeah.
Like I like the idea of dinosaurs living with us in the real world, and I think this is where this movie's going to go. But I just didn't like the clone part.
Yeah,
and I think Jeff Goldblum being in the trailers, like life finds a way when he does that whole thing.
That's all he says.
And then that's all he has in the movie.
And he looks very different. Like you wouldn't expect Ian Malcolm to become that kind of character.
Yeah,
whereas when you're seeing him in the new Dominion trailer, that looks like that's the natural progression that Ian Malcolm would have had.
Yeah,
like he's still kind of suave, whereas in Fallen Kingdom he wasn't.
Right, and he also was in the second, which he was like this adventurous type of guy. Yeah. He was the hero of that movie, and it's just to see him behind the desk and not being really appear in this universe just felt weird.
I think Jurassic World Dominion, obviously I think box office is going to do crazy. I think it's going to be a fun movie because it just looks like it's going to be fun, and it's cool having Colin Trevorrow back as well too behind.
I'm going to enjoy it. I want to see dinosaurs in Italy, just eating people up.
Yeah. That's Mexico.
What's the difference?
Well, the dinosaurs can't really get to Italy.
Why not? You telling me right now a pterodactyl can't fly?
Well, that dinosaur can.
Yeah,
but
so what if a pterodactyl
how the hell is it going to swim across? How's a raptor?
Listen, man.
A pterodactyl picks up a raptor.
Mm-hmm.
It travels 8 hours with his raptor.
No, man, pterodactyls fly faster. They fly
faster than a plane?
Yeah.
You're telling me there's a pterodactyl and a raptor on that plane?
You're telling me you have measured the speed of a pterodactyl?
Hold on. You're telling me that the velocity of this pterodactyl,
Velociraptor, I believe. That's what you're supposed to say.
Velocity raptor. Yeah. And listen, man, things could travel. The world's probably going to be smuggling these dinosaurs.
There you go.
We saw the smuggling happening in Fallen Kingdom, right? So there were definitely some Italians there buying dinosaurs. Let's be real.
Man, we went on Jurassic Park for a bit.
All I'm saying is, I think Jurassic World Dominions would be fun.
Yeah.
Long-winded way of getting around.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I almost I lost power last week. I had like this.
Yeah, you were out of power for a while, man.
Yeah, man. Apparently, hurricane just suddenly appeared in my part of the city.
Yeah,
and 120 kilometer winds, which is like I think something miles per hour for American.
We don't convert here.
390 miles per hour. Yeah, it took out the power for a chunk of time, and it was literally like a 30-minute storm.
Yeah, were you out for 24 hours almost?
I was out for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and poles were like snapped in half, and it's crazy. Wild week last week.
I did miss that portion of that occurring.
Yeah. Like you missed it. You didn't miss it. You weren't here for it.
Yeah, I was not here for it.
Yes. Yeah, which is weird because like the area that I'm in, my lights flickered and like it was bad, but like it wasn't like I didn't lose power, which I felt bad for Anthony because like that was also the day that that Mission Impossible trailer somehow like got onto the internet,
right?
And like I remember us trying to like seek it out, and Anthony's like, I literally have no internet here. I can't watch anything.
It's surprising how much no internet you have, especially in your area. So I'm using like 5G, and I'm like, 5G doesn't really work well where I am for some reason.
Yeah.
And if you're in the basement, if you're upstairs, you're downstairs, you're like outside, like it changes. So it's never consistent. And how Wi-Fi is so like necessary for a good internet connection all the time.
Yeah.
I just felt like I was a caveman,
Yeah.
We were worried about the food as well. So
do you guys remember, like, I think we've spoken about this on the show before too, but like the blackout of 2003?
Yeah.
Good time.
I'll never forget where I was.
Where were you?
I was at my grandparents' house, and we were going to Dollarama to just pick up like I think supplies for something.
Yeah.
And we couldn't close the garage, and we're like, why is the garage not closing?
Did you have to like pull it down?
Yeah, so we pulled it down, and we're like, oh, like it was daytime still, so we didn't know that the power was out. So we kept driving, and then all of a sudden we're seeing a bunch of lights not working. We're like, huh? And then all of a sudden, every store had signs that's on the front that said like, we're down, we're not working.
No power.
And I'm like, Oh, I think the power's out.
Yeah.
Grandpa, we should probably go back home.
I was at Canada's Wonderland.
Was it
actually.
the power out for the lights though?
It was everything.
It was all electricity.
Oh, so
yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't realize that, like, driving there.
No, we did realize like something's going on. But
Yeah.
we're like, oh, maybe like again, it's just a power outage.
Yeah, because sometimes you see like lights out on the street, like, oh, this area's down of the
also,
lights aren't
like,
working.
the Dollarama is only like 1.5 kilometers away, so it wasn't even a long drive. So we're like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe just this strip it's occurred in, right?
Yeah.
We didn't have internet to
Yeah.
really look it up.
No, yeah, because it would have been out anyway.
Anyways, yeah.
I was leaving Canada's Wonderland, and I had power when I was there, and I had friends there who got stuck on rides.
Ooh.
But yeah, when I was coming home, I'm like, all of the lights coming home, I'm like, why aren't oh my god, the lights here aren't working, and the lights here aren't working, and then we got home.
Wonder
and
what Shay's doing right now.
Yeah, I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy how much like you revert back in time when you're like when there's no
Yes.
power outage. You're like, I feel like I'm just in a cave now.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
none of my books work either for some reason.
You couldn't open the pages.
No, nothing works.
My eyes are closing.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I remember I was watching TV, and I don't remember. I think I was watching Futurama.
And then
I
you're
was
like,
home.
nah, I'm in the past.
I was home. I think when did it happen? Like
2003.
no, but like what month?
August?
Yeah, it was
So yeah, I
August,
was
yeah.
home. I think I finished high school at that point. And
Well,
yeah,
summertime, so I hope so.
no, but like I think I graduated from high school.
Oh, okay.
It was that time, and yeah, it was just, you just hear like the block parties and cook your food and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
there was no way to bring your food to another house because their power was out, so you had to like
Buy ice.
and do whatever you can to sustain it. And
I love how people's first reactions whenever bad things happen is let's throw a party.
yeah,
You
At
know,
least they didn't loot, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, at least where we were, people weren't really looting. I think.
but like let's throw a party, and I think of
Yeah.
Independence Day, the world. Oh, aliens are here. Let's have a party on the roof.
Yeah.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
when COVID dropped, like I'm saying, like it's an album. When
COVID
when the
dropped.
pandemic started, people were having pandemic parties. I'm like, but why?
Weird. That was weird though.
That was
the
a weird
pandemic
time.
party's weird.
Pandemic party's weird.
Man, 2 years ago we were in a weird spot.
Yeah.
Also, Jurassic World was supposed to come out 2 years ago. So
Also true.
It's crazy that we're now here. We are.
Yeah. But as always, you can catch a new episode of the Movie Podcast every single Monday, and watch out throughout the week for review episodes on all the latest movies and series. Make sure to follow us at the Movie Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Letterboxd, and don't forget to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, join our Discord, and write into the show at hello@TheMoviePodcast.ca. You can also subscribe and like on our YouTube page by going to youtube.com/themoviepodcast. We have quite a bit of content on there, video content for all our listeners, so you can see our beautiful faces as well as the people that we interview.
Yeah, Anthony's been doing a great job putting those videos together and making them look all professional for us on YouTube. So yeah, go check out all the great work that he's doing there. And yeah, if you want to see our faces, like we just put out our Obi-Wan Kenobi review and our Stranger Things review, and all of the interviews that we've done in May, which there are a lot. You could see all of our faces on them, which is great, and the people we're talking to, which is I heard important as well.
Yeah, and you can look forward to more interviews for the next, 9 months. 10
9 months. Oh wow, we're
I
planning
feel like
out
we're doing an interview.
Who are we talking about in 9 months?
for the next 9 months?
Yeah, we're live from Pandora. We have James Cameron.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You could check out our show notes for all those links and more. Let's head into our mailbag. Shay, you're gonna do the mailbag?
Yeah.
Mailbag.
Thank you.
There we go. 5-star review. Funny, relatable, and reliable. This is coming from Emily. Daniel, Shay, and Anthony are so easy to listen to. They interact with the guests in a way that it makes it seem like they've been friends with the guests for forever. I enjoy how the conversation flows easily and does not sound scripted. I also appreciate how honest the reviews are. These guys are definitely my go-to for movie and show reviews. Thank you so much, Emily.
Thank you for that, Emily. That's very
really
kind.
kind of
That's
you.
really
Thanks.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Really, really nice.
5-star review. Give us a 5-star review. We want all the 5-star reviews.
Yes.
Give me the more.
At the end of this
God.
episode, I want
Yeah.
you to go to our Apple Podcast
Yeah,
page, Spotify page. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a 5-star review.
Yeah.
Leave a comment. Go onto our YouTube, subscribe, leave a comment.
Do all of that. All of it.
Leave a nice comment. Like, you guys are all like nasty. Sometimes people could be nasty.
On YouTube.
like,
on YouTube.
you guys are confident on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, people on YouTube think that their anonymity is what keeps them safe.
Yeah.
But they don't know that we know where they are.
Oh God.
No, don't we?
No, we don't.
No.
But I love like some of the YouTube comments where it's like this is dumb. And it's just like that's just their comment. I'm like, why would you comment this?
We got one that was like, how can I trust to review people that don't remember the director's name?
That wasn't the director's name.
Because I have a memory problem.
But no, it doesn't matter. Like,
no, because we forgot.
We're human. We forget. Like, I forget words and things all the time. I forget my name sometimes.
Yeah, it was on a Stranger Things when I remember because. I forgot who Winona Ryder plays. Like, what's Winona Ryder's character's name?
Joyce.
I think I forgot that, and I was like,
well, you're an idiot, Dan.
Yeah, how can you take away their credit?
I forgot Winona Ryder. I kept thinking of Winona Judd.
Yeah, it wasn't her.
Because she's a country singer.
Yeah.
Who I think passed or like her mom passed or something like that. So it was like in my head and I couldn't remember Ryder.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Like, so upset.
Yeah, I saw that comment. I'm like,
yeah.
Who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's never made a mistake in his life.
Never made a mistake in their life.
I'm gonna kick it to Daniel for announcements.
We do have we have a lot of announcements. I don't want to bog us down too much.
We need an announcement sound though that you.
Announcement.
Oh my god! I regret saying anything.
So you asked for it. Like Anthony said, on YouTube we have a lot of great videos on there. Anything that you're listening to on the movie podcast feed, you could also get a visual for on YouTube, whether our faces are on it or not. May has been pretty incredible for us in terms of just movies and shows and special guests. And I just want to remind you that earlier this month, we had Sam Raimi and Michael Waldron of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness join us. Then we had Devin Nakota join us, who's a great up-and-coming actress, Canadian. She's in Sneakerella, which is a really fun Disney Plus movie that you could check out right now. Then we had Mark McKinney and Dave Foley of The Kids in the Hall join us, which was amazing.
That episode on our YouTube page is like flying.
Yeah, the people were so excited for the Kids in the Hall to come back, or as I wanted to keep calling them, the new Kids in the Hall. New Kids in the Hall. And then we had Stranger Things, obviously, which was a big one for us, and you could listen to our spoiler-free review of season 4, volume 1 right now. Our plans are to have a spoiler-filled episode closer to the release of volume 2. Mm-hmm. So look forward to that. Of course, follow us on all of our socials, as we always say, to see when that's going to drop. And then we had Akiva Schaffer, the Lonely Island and director of Chippendale Rescue Rangers, which is another amazing Disney Plus movie, which I think is going to be one of my favorite films of the year. Go watch that movie. Like, I've seen so many people talking about it. It's getting so much love, and I again, it's just such a fun film, and I was just so taken aback that we got to talk to Akiva, who
everyone's been just surprised by Chippendale, and
and
that's what's making me happy. I wish more people would just remove the bias and just go watch it.
Yeah, go watch it. I mean, you've already, like as Anthony said, you've already paid for it. You're an executive producer on this project. Go watch it. And then, of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi is out. We have our spoiler-filled thoughts on the first 2 episodes, and then we will have our weekly episode recapping and giving our thoughts for each new episode. So look forward to that throughout the next couple weeks. And then June is just full steam ahead because we're not stopping. We have Jurassic Park. We have a few more interviews that we have planned. We have this week coming our Boys Season 3 review for the first 3 episodes. We're going to be having our Lightyear review, and then we're going to have our Miss Marvel review. So there's a lot happening in the first few days of June. So look forward to the movie podcast for all of it.
Thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome, Anthony.
Thank you. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's get into the news.
Like we were never gone.
Oh, man.
And like we were never
It always
gone.
hits. It always hits.
It always hits. The birds who are right outside my window are like, could we do it too? There's too many tweets.
There's a lot of tweets.
Yeah.
First news story. Jodie Foster to star in True Detective Season 4 at HBO. This is coming from Joe Otterson of Variety. Jodie Foster is set for one of the lead roles in True Detective Season 4 at HBO, Variety has learned. The new season of the anthology crime series was first reported as being in development in March of 2022, though no official plot details were confirmed at that time. Now it is known that in the 4th season, when the long winter nights fall in Ennis, Alaska, the 6 men that operate the Tasala Arctic Research Station vanish without a trace. To solve the case, detectives Liz Danvers, which is played by Foster, and Evangeline Navarro will have to confront the darkness they carry in themselves and dig into the haunted truths that lie buried under the eternal ice. Issa Lopez is attached to serve as writer and executive producer on the new season, in addition to directing. Barry Jenkins is executive producing. So this True Detective, one of my favorite shows to watch, especially season 1. it's been a long time since we really heard about anything in regards to this franchise, and was HBO going to continue doing it? There was a lot of like ambiguity regarding the series and who was going to take over it. Now we kind of have Jodie Foster as the lead detective, which is
huge,
a fantastic cast. Just because when you think of Jodie Foster, you do think of her character in Silence of the Lambs, and just her portrayal of Clarice, right?
Clarice,
yeah,
which we had our mailbag sound inspired by. Yeah,
Jodie Foster also really plays a really good detective.
Yeah, she's great.
She's a fantastic actress.
Yeah,
she's a really good reaction actress. Yeah.
Reaction actress. Yeah,
she reacts really well.
What do you guys think of Jodie Foster being in True Detective and even True Detective season 4 coming out?
I'm stoked for it. Again, True Detective season 1 is one of my favorite seasons of a show of all time. It's one of my favorite storytelling experiences of all time. That show was lightning in a bottle when it came out, and I think everybody was just enthralled by it. That was at the beginning of the McConaissance as well too, because we had Matthew McConaughey coming up on that, riding that horse, coming like into the Hollywood limelight like we've never seen him before, taking on these more dramatic roles. Him and Woody Harrelson were phenomenal in that show, and I think back to that first season as just magic. Season 2 comes out, and I think that's where it lost a lot of people, right? Like season 2, again, you have a great cast in it. You have Colin Farrell. You have Rachel McAdams, Taylor Kitsch. You have like a good cast of characters in it. Vince Vaughn. Yeah. But the story was kind of meh, right? It was kind of everywhere. And then season 3 comes out, solid season. Mahershala Ali was great in it. And we're in a good spot with it. But here we are now with season 4 with the creator of the show, Nick. My goodness, what's his Nick
Pantaleone.
Pizzolato. Nick Pizzolato not coming back for it. Right? So now we have Barry Jenkins. That's
this
big.
is his baby, right? Like he started the show, so him not being part of it, I wonder like where the idea or what True Detective really means with this new team spearheading it.
But I think with everything, as we always say on the show, I think back to Harry Potter, I think back to other projects, Star Wars. You need to have new blood coming in, because as amazing as season 1 was, and season 2 had its moments, and then season 3 was good. You have people who are now inspired of what you've done. You have people who like what you've done and want to continue it and take it in new directions. That's the only way to let something grow, right? And I think Barry Jenkins coming in, that's a really inspired choice, and I think Jodie Foster in the lead. That's gonna be great. You already could see the Emmy wins coming in for her for this.
What about you, Shay?
For me, when it comes to True Detective, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. I never watched season 1 or 2, but I watched a lot of season 3, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping that around the time that season 4 is coming out, or maybe even sooner than that, I'm going to go and watch season 1 and give it the respect it deserves. Nothing that I have against it. I don't know why I could never really sit down and watch it.
Seems like he has something against it.
It seems like I do, but I promise to all the gods out there that I don't. But hey, I love Jodie Foster. I think Jay Foster is super cool. She's
Jay Foster?
Is that her name?
That's what I call her. Like we go back, Jay Foster and I. And I think that she's just a really damn good actress. Yeah. And I think that in a detective role, she really is going to shine. So I really, really want to see what they do with her. So yeah, I'm going to go and I'm going to say it here on the podcast. I'm going to watch season 1 of True Detective very soon.
It's a very brave statement, Shay.
Yes, we will follow up with you.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, this weekend when this announced, I watched The Little Girl Who Lived Down the Lane, which is one of her first films. And already at that age, I think she's 15.
Jay Foster?
Jay Foster, yeah, Jay Foster, isn't it? She's a phenomenal actress. Like she already had worked with Martin Scorsese at that point, and like she like from that early age, you see her acting ability, and that has only gotten better over time. And then like now, she's just the best in the business.
Would you consider her underrated? Like you don't, because she's not. Whatever she does amazing. Yeah, but like you don't think of her as the first actress to be the one you go to. No, because I also think was she off for a while too? Like she didn't really do movies for a little while. I feel like there's been times in her life that she's kind of taken hiatuses, but I don't remember her last film. I'm gonna pull it up right now because I'm just curious like what's the last film that we saw Jodie Foster in. So we had
The Mauritanian.
Oh yeah, the Mauritanian. See,
Yeah, before that was 2018, and then before she was in Hotel Artemis, and then before that it was 2013 in Elysium. So that's 5 years off there. And then before Elysium, it was like she had The Beaver. She was in, which I think was that the Mel Gibson movie,
directs, right?
Yeah, and then 2008.
She has been directing it, right?
Did she not direct The Beaver?
Let's find out.
I don't know if she directed The Beaver, but she did direct.
She did direct The Beaver. Yeah,
she did. Oh wow,
she did
never
direct The
mind.
Beaver.
Yeah.
But yeah, but she did The Beaver in 2011. Then before that was 2008, and then she really only did like one movie a year in the mid 2000s. But like, yeah, she's not somebody who is like pumping out movies all the time. But anytime she does, it's.
I remember when we watched her in The
acclaim.
Mauritanian, we were all like, kind of like, whoa, like Jodie Foster, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, where's she been? And she was fantastic in that too.
Yeah, that's another movie that I think it's a tough watch, but I think it's a great film, and it's an underrated film
Very
from
underrated.
2021. Yeah, last year.
Wow,
Is it
that was
2021?
last year. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It feels like 2020.
It feels like a 2020 movie. Yeah.
Well, didn't it come out in 2020, but we watched it in 2021?
It came out. Let's see here. So in August 2020, it was acquired by STX Entertainment, and then they were going to release it. I think it was supposed to come out in 2019, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And then it only came out February 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Because they shot this movie, they shot this film in December 2019.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. Let's go into our next news story. Sony to produce Horizon series for Netflix, God of War series for Amazon, and Gran Turismo show. This is coming from our good friend, Steve Vigvari of Mobile Syrup.
Friend of the show. Good guy. We love Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
He was cool.
Sony's PlayStation Productions is moving forward on a number of new projects. The company has announced its plans to bring a Horizon series to Netflix, a God of War series to Amazon, and a show based on Gran Turismo for an unannounced platform. PlayStation Productions is looking at a number of new adaptations on top of The Last of Us, which is in production in Calgary, Ghost of Tsushima, and Uncharted, which was released earlier this year. Sony has big plans for its IP. It's currently unclear whether Sony plans to tell stories based around the iconic characters in Horizon and God of War. It seems like a surefire bet that these stories will revolve around Aloy and Kratos, respectively, though there's no guarantee that the creative teams will want to tell stories regarding established characters. Film and television adaptation aren't the only way Sony is expanding its reach. During its business briefing, Ryan also spoke about the company's plan to have roughly half its games available on PC and mobile by 2025. So this is big news because I think, when Last of Us was announced on HBO Max, we were like, okay, this is Sony's production team is really spearheading a lot of their video game content into live action. And we wanted to know like what's next for them. And Horizon being one of them, and now God of War and Ghost of Tsushima, as well as Gran Turismo. These are like huge franchises that we're going to be getting live versions of. What do you guys think of them translating we'll say their top grossing video game markets into the film world? Start with you, Shay.
I think this is wicked. First of all, like I want to read more of Steve's articles on the show. So thank you, Steve, for writing this great one. But yeah, like we our first taste of PlayStation Studios was Uncharted.
Yeah.
And we all enjoyed that movie in the sense of like we knew what it was, we had a good time with it, and we left. We didn't, go, oh my god, this is the greatest film of the year or anything like that. But we had a good time with it. It was a fun adventure. I think they have something great going on there, and I think as long as they take that time and pay attention to what they're doing, they're gonna have great success. Uncharted financially has been a great success. I think it just passed 400 million recently.
It did, yep.
And to know that, they've got the money obviously to do this, they can hopefully make something really good. They've been having such success with their first party games. Now, how is that going to translate over to their first party entertainment for movies and television? And I think they're in a good spot to make some great decisions and great movies. Uncharted also, I think, was a product of a lot of different writers and, constantly having to...
For like 15 years,
15
right?
years,
Yeah.
It was one of those things that it only became a PlayStation Studios film, I think, maybe halfway into that cycle, right?
Yeah, because PlayStation Productions really... It was announced that, in 2019 that was
Right.
announced that was going to
So
be a
it
thing.
was
I remember
pretty late
us
in the
talking
game.
about it on the show, right?
Yeah.
And here we are 2 or 3 years later. What I think is really interesting about this deal is that they're being very strategic in the sense that, okay, we don't have a streaming service of our own.
Yep.
So you look at all of the shows and movies that they've done so far. Obviously, the movies are going to be released by Columbia Pictures, Sony. Like that's a given. But their shows, Last of Us is HBO. Twisted Metal is a Peacock show. God of War is going to be on Amazon, and then Horizon's on Netflix.
So is this smart, or is this financially, or is this more of a good business decision?
I feel like that's a good business decision because now you're not signing the rights away to a streaming service that you're now relying on the streaming service to make everything, right? You're in a spot now where you could work with different creators. You could not be tied down to any one network, and you know that whatever streaming service somebody is going to be going on, they could watch something that's PlayStation related.
They'll get a PlayStation.
So I think it's a smart business move because now we're in a spot where, like I said, any streaming service you go to, you'll be able to watch something that's Sony or PlayStation related, and you're not also bogging down a network with all of your IPs, because if you have again, you look at Disney Plus, which is doing so well, and Marvel and Star Wars is doing well, but that's all that's the only spot you could get it, and that works for them because they own it and they have all the money, they have a streaming service. Disney. But with PlayStation, you don't have a streaming service, so what do? We attack all of them. And I think that's a really smart business strategy, because you could watch all of these shows now on all these different platforms and keep things fresh and have different creators involved in them and make something really cool. So I think it's a really good move on them to, attack all of them. Like you're going to every streaming service. You want a PlayStation show? Cool. You want one? Cool.
Do you think these streaming services like Netflix and Amazon will produce content that's like to the caliber of what Sony is expecting? Because Netflix has a look. Amazon has a look.
Yeah, HBO has a look.
A look. They're gonna have different feels to it. And my question is, how much money is Netflix investing into Horizon? Because Horizon's thinking of Horizon, it's literally like Avatar in this grand world, robotic animals. It's like just money that's going to be spent. And then you have God of War, which is Amazon,
but it's weird that I see like the studio choices though. Like I see it, on their platforms, right? Like I see God of War being on Prime because it looks like it could be a Prime show.
Yeah. But is this something like? Is God of War going to be an investment for Amazon like Lord of the Rings is? Horizon going to be an investment?
Well, I'm hoping that they treat it as that, right? I mean, like you want them to be. I know it's not their own property, but if they have the rights to treat it as their own show, then I think they will back it up like they would a Lord of the Rings show. Obviously, maybe not to the extent of that budget, but you look at The Last of Us, and we heard that's an HBO show. All of us were like, that makes sense. Yeah. Like we could see that as an HBO show.
100%.
When you see Twisted Metal on Peacock, I'm like, that makes sense because Twisted Metal isn't, again, it's not a really popular franchise anymore, and I don't know who has Peacocks.
And you're absolutely right. Like they've targeted every single like demographic of game.
Yeah, like strategically,
it's very
right?
strategic. Like I 100% see Horizon on Netflix because there are already shows on Netflix that have that steampunk kind of look.
Yeah, and I think of like The Witcher. I'm like, it's probably gonna have like the budget and the look and the caliber of something like The Witcher does, right?
Yeah. So I definitely see it in every respective area that they're gonna go down. It makes sense.
Where do you think Gran Turismo lands?
What is a Gran Turismo show though?
Well,
is it just like another
ESPN?
It would be like more of like the racing aspect of the show, right? Like of the game, right?
But so it's not going to be what's that car show? The
like on the one on Prime?
Yeah. The one that used to be like the BBC.
Now
like Top Gear,
like Top Gear, like but
like
is it
live action?
Yeah,
like,
is it like people talking about cars, or is it going to be like you're following a racer and the Gran Turismo is like?
It could be like Days of Thunder. It's just because Days of Thunder is it's Gran Turismo, but just for NASCAR.
Yeah,
right?
Or is it going to be like? But you know what I mean? Like, is it going to be like Gran Turismo is going to be like the race that they're going to be racing in, and you're following a racer, or is it more of we're talking about cars? Like I don't know what it's about.
Gran Turismo's cars, women,
oh my god,
sex, drugs, on the cars.
That's
and
a line.
And the cars talk.
Wait, not
and the cars. Is this in the Cars universe?
This is also Disney Plus then.
The cars give him advice.
But here's the thing though. We
That's
know
cool,
we know
cool
like Knight Rider.
Yeah, sign that up. Whoever wants that.
It's funny though because like any Spider-Man, we know Spider-Man obviously is strategically tied to PlayStation right now. We know Spider-Man is getting a show on Disney Plus, the animated show. He appears in What If. So like Spider-Man is also the other big figure of PlayStation right now who's being taken care of on the Disney side already.
Right.
So it's like literally they have almost all of the streaming services. Who's missing here? Who's missing?
Oh,
Apple.
Apple, yeah.
Plus,
I wouldn't be surprised if they go to Apple for one.
Um,
I'm trying to see my streaming services right now to see who I'm missing.
Paramount.
they already have HBO. Yeah, Paramount
Plus, and
Yeah,
then-
Paramount Plus.
Yeah. They've like covered all of the big ones.
Pretty much, yeah.
And like
Apple would be-
Apple would be the next one.
And
So
I
my
feel like-
prediction is Gran Turismo is going to Apple.
I wouldn't be surprised. There's some sort of relationship there, especially with Apple and their technology being utilized for PlayStation stuff like controllers, and I
Yeah.
feel like there is a relationship that could start.
It could be, right? Like they're being strategic here. They're thinking forward of who can we go to partner with this, and if Apple is the only one not in the game right now with a PlayStation Studios or PlayStation Productions IP, then I think Apple is the logical next step to go to for this.
I agree.
Let's move on to some celebration. This week was Star Wars celebration news. Why are you guys laughing?
We can't say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Star Wars celebration news. We had Jude Law to star in John Watts' Star Wars series, The Mandalorian Season 3, and Ahsoka come in 2023. Indiana Jones, June 2023, with Harrison Ford, surprises attendees. Tales of the Jedi animated series this fall. Liam Neeson will return to voice Qui-Gon Jinn, and his son will voice young Qui-Gon Jinn.
I was gonna say, at first I thought that I read that as like Qui-Gon Jinn's son. So I'm like, what's Qui-Gon Jinn's son named?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon Jinn? Okay. Qui-Gon Jr.
Probably, yeah. We got an Andor trailer, which is premiering
Such nerds.
Yeah.
August 31st on Disney Plus. Willow trailer. Taika Waititi's Star Wars is going to be the next film to be on the big screen,
Yep.
as well as Star Wars Jedi Survivor announced first trailer and 2023 release revealed. So we had quite a bit of things that are happening during the Star Wars celebration news.
Yeah, which is still going on as we're recording
still
this episode.
celebrating.
They're still celebrating. They're still celebrating out
It's
there.
like
yeah.
a rave with lightsabers. Let's pick a story. What do you want to talk about?
Jude Law is joining Star Wars. I think Jude Law put Jude Law in everything, and he's great.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Yeah.
look at him in any of the movies and shows that he's been in the last 20 years. He is always
He
a
was the
standout.
saving grace as Dumbledore.
He was the saving grace as Dumbledore in Crimes of the.
Crimes of
Grindelwald.
I
Dumbledore.
was gonna say Crimes of the Future, but that is not a Harry Potter movie.
That is definitely
It
not a
could
Harry
be
Potter.
though.
Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of the Future.
Magic is the new sex.
Magic is the new sex, yeah. Look forward to a review of that on Tuesday. That'll be a good one. Jude Law joining Star Wars in the John Watts series. So this, first of all, John Watts is doing a Star Wars series.
Yeah.
This came out after the news that he wasn't going to be doing Fantastic Four. Sony has also been saying that he is still going to be doing Spider-Man 4 as well too, with Tom Holland films. So he's obviously a busy guy, and this sounds like a really cool story. This is called Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it talks about it's revolving around kids, right?
Yeah, it's like an Amblin type, like kids.
Do you think Jude Law plays some sort of Jedi or like some bad guy?
He'd be such a cool Jedi.
Yeah, he'd be such a good bad guy too.
He would be, but he'd be such a cool Jedi though. I can imagine him with like a nice green lightsaber and just being like, "Who
What
wants
up,
to die?"
kiddies?
Oh, what?
Yeah,
what
the,
up, kitties?
the working title for this was a Simpsons reference. Did you guys see that?
No, I didn't see. What
I'm gonna
title.
try and find the working title for it.
Stonecutters.
No, it was God, what was it? Let me see here.
No worries, no worries. In the meantime, while you're looking for that,
Yeah.
we got Mandalorian season 3. We even had a trailer that was shown at the event, but it's not available to the public yet.
No, but there is a bootleg version.
There
out
are definitely
somewhere.
bootlegs out there. I mean, that's what I always find interesting. Why not just release it? Because someone's going to bootleg it. So why have that experience be the first experience for the public?
Right.
Yeah, again, it was a very this is Mandalorian we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a very short teaser.
Very.
And you could tell, this was just made as a sizzle reel to show off. So, it's not really built like a trailer, so I get it. But it's people are going to post this online.
To show it.
And so was Mission Impossible felt like not a full trailer,
It didn't feel complete.
but it leaked, and so they released it.
Yeah, and Daniel, you even saw it at your screening for Top Gun.
Yeah, again, I totally forgot, like, because it wasn't really spoken about before, like, that this trailer was going to be in front of Top Gun, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think they wanted to put it online before it leaked.
Yeah.
I think it would have just been a surprise drop. And that was the only trailer in front of Top Gun 2, which was interesting.
Yeah.
It was literally just IMAX logo, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, and then we were off to the races with Top Gun Maverick again.
Tom Cruise called that in. He's like, I want every Top Gun movie screening to have this.
Yeah. Grammar Rodeo is Grammar.
That was the name of the thing.
Yeah, that was like the that's the reference.
That's when they go to
what is it?
The kids. They go to the
it's codenamed Grammar Rodeo. It's a reference to an episode of The Simpsons in which Bart and his schoolmates steal a car and run away for a week using a phony.
That's a really good episode. So that means they're gonna steal a ship and run away.
What? Maybe.
Yeah. So I'm saying that's one of the inspirations behind this series as well too.
What about Indiana Jones? No trailer,
no name,
vague picture. Seems like that picture could have been pulled out of any other Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I mean his silhouette looks great.
Yes.
Yeah. One of the most iconic cinematic silhouettes.
June 2023. Long time. A year from now.
A year from now.
Much.
Yeah.
But
when do we get our first look at this? D23?
When's D23?
October?
September, I think.
September?
Yeah.
Sure.
I hope.
Why not?
We get a title for sure.
But like that movie's been made. Like it's been.
It's done. Yeah. James Mangold directing too. Is this the last Indiana Jones movie?
No.
But
Whoa! With Harrison Ford?
Wait.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's gonna be like.
But do you think they're going to make Indiana Jones with another actor?
No, but I think it'll be like someone who takes over the mantle as Indiana Jones.
Ke Huy Quan. Give it a short round.
I would love it if. I mean, obviously, the movie's already done.
Give it a short round.
A
short round series on Disney Plus. Why not?
That'd be cool.
I'd be down for that.
But he's not in this movie.
No.
Maybe now that he's in the public eye again, maybe they'll have a little.
They'll film something with him really quick.
After credit scene of him picking up the fedora and being like,
"I am the new
Okie dokie, Dr. Jones."
That's it's like, please don't do that.
Why are you still talking like that? Why are you talking like a child? You're an adult now.
Oh man, he is such a great guy. I love
him.
He was so cool on our show.
We should have him back.
We should definitely
have him back. Have a fourth mic.
He probably
it's just him.
He probably hates us.
Yeah.
Why does he hate us?
We'll buy him a New York Yankees thing.
All interviewers hate us secretly.
No, they don't.
No, dude, they love us.
They love
hate
us.
These guys.
They hate you though. They do hate you.
I'm not even in it.
That's why.
I choose not
you
to
were
be in it.
You were on the Key interview though.
Yeah, he liked me.
He liked you.
Yeah.
We're.
But I remember on Jimmy Kimmel, he said, "I just talked to the movie podcast and I hate Anthony."
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's kind of weird for him to throw it out there.
Very specific.
Because Jimmy didn't ask him.
Yeah, he like again, not to make light of it, like he was like tearing up on our show, and we were tearing up too in our interview. But little did we know he was tearing up how much he hated us.
Yeah, we made him cry. We made him cry.
He saw me in the background, like my feet, I think, and he's like, "Oh, that's son of a bitch back there."
There's someone back there, and they won't tell me who it is.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Star Wars Celebration. It's been a great few days of news, and I think Star Wars is in a really good place right now. It's
finally.
But here's the thing, though. Like
Kathleen Kennedy.
Do you guys think that? Are you liking all the shows though? Like, no, in the sense of, do you prefer Star Wars as movies or do you prefer Star Wars as shows?
I think it depends. I think it all depends on who's creating it. Like, Mandalorian is an exception to this being, like, really the first character that's new that a lot of people gravitate to and like.
Yeah.
And then we have Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is
but also with Mandalorian, also feels like there is, again, what we missed in the sequel trilogy as an overarching plan throughout it, right? And introducing Ahsoka, introducing those other characters who are now getting spin-offs, right? Like, it's literally now the MCU of, we have, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau overseeing this series universe, right? Because you see them executive producing all of the live action shows.
And the same could be said with Marvel shows. Do you prefer Marvel shows or do you prefer Marvel movies?
Right.
And I think it you can juggle between the two, but certain things make sense as a TV series.
But we haven't had a Star Wars movie. We're still getting Marvel shows and movies at the same time, where Star Wars, we haven't had a movie since 2019 now.
Right.
So we know Taika Waititi's film is going to be that next film in the universe, which apparently I've been seeing comments saying that it's supposed to be next year.
Really?
But
no way.
I am like, there's no way it's going to come.
He hasn't even finished Thor yet.
Yeah.
Like-
so like I maybe see 2024.
Yeah, I can see 20.
If it's his next movie, right?
At earliest, I can
When
see
was it
2024.
scheduled?
I don't think there was a date on it.
I don't think
There
we
was no
knew
date?
officially like what the next thing was going to be. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
and
we
that's
also
Kevin
had-
Feige's produced, or is that Kevin? No, it's not, because Kevin Feige's producing the one with
Something
Michael
else.
Waldron writing it.
Yes, and they also have Ryan Johnson's trilogy, which I mean, I think
It's on the back burner,
They
they
said,
said, yeah.
it's on the back burner right now. So,
and then Rogue Squadron was supposed to be next year.
yes, Patty
Jenkins. That was supposed to be next year, but now it's on the back burner.
and she's not attached anymore.
It seems like it.
She is, but she isn't. I don't know.
You know, a little sketchy.
Yeah.
Sketch.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Taika's version of a Star Wars world, because I guess it definitely will involve comedy.
Yeah,
But where does it take place? Does it take place hundreds of years in the future, thousands of years in the past? Is it going to be like the Knights of the Old Republic, where we have tons of Jedi, tons of Sith?
Yeah.
Does it even revolve around the Jedi?
Mm-hmm.
And does it just revolve around like some smuggler dude, like some guy in the Star Wars or some woman in the Star
like a
Wars
smaller character.
universe
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
then grows?
There's a lot.
There's a lot. I don't know if where does that leave the ending of the Skywalker saga?
I think it leaves it.
Does it just end that?
I think we're good to move past the
Yeah,
Skywalker
Like, but
saga
even
now.
the characters, I mean,
right.
with Rey and all that.
There's strong characters in the Skywalker saga, but we're going to see them eventually. Maybe in animated series we'll see them. Tales of the Jedi.
Are they strong enough? Like, are they really popular characters in pop culture?
I think they are for kids.
Really? Because I
Yeah.
feel like Mando's
big, yeah.
huge. But like Rey and Finn and Poe,
Yeah.
they don't have the same powerhouse that the original cast brought, and even the prequel cast.
Sure, but I think now with kids, like kids, those were the Star Wars characters they grew up with, right?
And we're talking about like what age group of kids?
Like young kids who were like maybe 5 to 7 when maybe when Force Awakens came out. Those are their characters. So I don't know if I hope we revisit them at some point. Because again, did you ever think that we'd get an Obi-Wan Kenobi show? Did you ever think we'd get an Ahsoka live action show? Like Star Wars could go anywhere now. And I think they may be giving these characters a bit of a break, but hopefully through a series or through a show,
we could see a race series down the road.
we could see something overlap and include them. But I think right now, Star Wars is very much obsessed with the period of time in between Return of the Jedi and A New Hope. That's where we're seeing a lot of like
a lot of
Obi-Wan,
stories to tell.
Jedi, Survivor, and Fallen Order. Between Order 66 and A New Hope, that's where we're seeing everything taking place right now.
A lot of good stories you can tell in that time period.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
why not utilize it, right?
Yeah. So I think eventually we'll come back to them. But
Do you think
not
we'll
for
ever
a while.
get a Vader series?
No. I honestly don't. I think we'll just see him as
A presence.
a presence in a lot of shows, like we've seen in the animated series Rogue One and Obi-Wan and Ahsoka, but I don't know if we'll ever see him in his own series. Be cool though.
It would be cool. It would be cool.
Because
But
there's 21 years of
Yeah,
him
if you give him
being
a personality, right? Because like Vader, very much in the original, is very just like I will kill him.
Yeah.
Like
It all
okay,
depends on what we see with this new Obi-Wan,
yeah.
that's true.
right? We don't know who
When-
Hayden Christensen's Vader is.
When do you think we'll? So we saw Vader at the end of Episode 2 in the tank.
Yeah.
When do you think we see him in the suit? Like when do you think we're going to see? Do you think we're going to see him in Episode 3 as like
I think episode 3 was even the super.
red
I
lightsaber?
don't think they meet until maybe like 4 or 5.
okay? We'll find out this
I
week.
think 3 opens up with him being constructed back together. Like
Yeah.
let's put the arm. That sequence in the
Put the
trailer.
arm. Let's put his arm in.
and the mask and all that. I'm just curious. The voice. I'm curious to
James
how
Earl Jones.
Hayden.
Yeah.
What Hayden brings to this.
What is he
Vader.
doing? Yeah, because I mean, Darth Vader is just one of those characters where it's like Michael Myers. It's just a guy behind a mask.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to wear the helmet part. See, that's the thing. Like
He's pretty ugly, dude.
We're still stuck on the whole Vader look. Like, and
But can he survive without the helmet though?
he can survive without the top of his helmet. He can
So he's
survive
just wearing
without
the bottom part only.
because you don't need. There's nothing from the top of your head up that you really need. Like your brain, but his
Listen,
brain is.
I'm down for them because
But he has a
again,
mask. He's
see, I would
breathing.
love to see Hayden Christensen like in the Vader suit without a helmet on because we always talk about like how cool it is seeing Batman with his cowl off.
Yeah,
the problem with the Darth Vader though, that dude doesn't look too good.
Yeah,
under
he's
there.
an ugly fucking dude.
Yeah,
you know?
he's a little rough looking under there.
That's
so.
okay.
He is not
you don't have
getting
to see
any
his
But he's
mouth.
still young though, right?
You
Yeah.
see his eyes, and that's what's scary.
How young is
It's
he
like
in this? Like he's like what, 40?
No, he's probably in his
10 years have passed.
Yeah,
10 years
10
have passed,
And how
yeah.
old is he at the end of?
his
Carry the
30s
two
now.
divided by 3. Yeah, probably
Yeah.
30s. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's pretty young.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
no,
it's
he's
just
young, yeah.
the
He's
30, 40,
original
and thriving,
trilogy
man. Come on.
have made these characters so old that it's come back to bite them in the ass.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing with any prequel, right? You look at like, damn, how does Jude Law go from like sexy Dumbledore to like old fucking man in the
Yeah.
span of like 10 years?
Yeah,
The same with
like fucking
Obi-Wan. Right?
Are you saying that
Like a
old
goat.
Dumbledore is not sexy?
He's not as sexy as young Dumbledore.
old Dumbledore. Like what year?
Which Dumbledore? Are you talking about Richard Harris Dumbledore? Or are you talking about
Richard Harris Dumbledore, unfortunately, was not sexy, but
Yeah.
he was a great man.
we don't even really know what year Harry Potter takes place.
It takes place in the 90s.
It's
In the 90s?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
90s, yeah.
So they're
But in the movies, it's not really.
It's
as-
ambiguous.
It's a little
Yeah.
ambiguous because you see someone with like white headphones. You're like, hold on a second.
Dumbledore. We just watched him. It was what 1919, 1920. I don't even think World War II has happened yet.
No.
Oh, maybe it has.
What in Secrets of
the
Dumbledore?
Yes,
Secrets of the Crimes of the Future?
Yeah.
because he looks proper, British proper.
Yeah.
you know.
I
and
think
then
it's
by
in
the
the-
time we see him in Harry Potter, he looks like
I think it's the
fucking
40s.
wizard.
I think it's the 40s.
40s.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he let his beard go. He wears his
Yeah.
hat, and he's like he lost all his sense of style. It
we
just
still-
doesn't make sense.
Are we still
Dumbledore's
discussing-
got
Are we still
style.
discussing if one of them is sexy or not, or are we?
Where were we by
We're
the
talking
way?
about like
We're talking about
Oh, sexy Darth Vader. Yes.
the age difference between the new version of the old character.
right. It's always interesting when they kind of like for example, yes. Are you telling me that in the next 10 years, Obi-Wan is gonna look like Alec Guinness?
no.
Alec Guinness, yeah, because it is 10 years, right?
Right.
Same with when we had
But it doesn't matter to me, that kind of stuff. Like, I just want to make it clear.
No, it
that
doesn't.
shit doesn't matter.
No, because Joel Edgerton turning into Uncle Owen. I mean, it's
Oh no,
definitely
he
not.
turned to a pile of bones, I believe.
God. Yeah, no, it's that stuff doesn't matter as much because again, it's just another actor continuing on. Maybe like when the actor for Dumbledore took Richard Harris was the first Dumbledore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was the actor for the second Dumbledore?
I can look it up for you.
When he took over, he looked completely different as Dumbledore. They didn't even try and make him look like Richard Harris. He had a gray beard instead of the white beard. He actually acted different. He's a lot more lively as a Dumbledore as well too. So
he was definitely more active.
yeah, he was like, Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Like he was like that. He was like
Wasn't
very
it the guy
intense.
from Dropout?
He was in
Dropout?
Kingsman and
What's Dropout?
He was also in a bunch of stuff.
Oh, Dropout, the show.
Yeah, wasn't it that guy?
No,
I don't know.
could be. I don't think so.
No,
No, it wasn't.
Let's move on to our last story and some sad news and unexpected news.
Yeah, very unexpected.
Ray Liotta, actor in Goodfellas, dies at 67. It's coming from Mike Barnes of The Hollywood Reporter.
Michael Gambon. That's it. Sorry about that.
Michael Gambon.
Yeah.
Ray Liotta, the intense actor from New Jersey, best known for his turn as the hustler turned mob rat Henry Hill in Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas, has died. He was 67. Publicist Jennifer Allen told The Hollywood Reporter that the actor died Wednesday night or early Thursday in his sleep in his hotel room while in the Dominican Republic making the movie Dangerous Waters. His fiancée, JC Natolo, was with him. He had begun work on the film about a week ago. That is some really unexpected, sad news that Ray passed in his sleep this week. It's actually shocking. It brought me back to when James Gandolfini passed away unexpectedly. And it's super sad, especially because he was young and he's making a movie, didn't have any health issues that we know of, and then just poof, you're gone. It's tragic. What do you
This one definitely hit because it was super out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just super out of nowhere. Like Ray Liotta has been in almost everything that I've ever watched. He'll always pop up in some movie or in some show, and he always brings his best. Mm-hmm. He's always one of the most interesting parts of everything that he does. So to see such a legend lost like that was really heartbreaking. Like, I love Goodfellas, but on top of that, I also love everything else that he's ever done.
Whatever he's done, it's pretty much like his A game. He always
Yes.
brings it. And the last thing we saw him in was Saints of Newark, which
Yes.
he did 2 roles in.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. I remember, again, small role, but he was in Place Beyond the Pines with Ryan Gosling.
Yes, he was great in that.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Small role again, but phenomenal.
He had such presence, Ray Liotta.
Everything that he does has such presence.
You knew it was him.
Yeah, he had these eyes, and he had just this look that anything that he was in, again, he loved playing like the morally ambiguous characters.
Right.
You know, obviously Goodfellas is one of my favorite movies of all time. I think of his performance in Copland, which is, again, it's a very underrated film. Definitely go watch it. He is fantastic in Copland. Go watch that movie. And you know, it's so sad that we're losing him at such a young age. But like, as we always say, whenever we, you know, talk about a passing of an actor or pass about something, like, these are people that are part of us in so many different ways. We watch them growing up. They're in our homes when we watch them on TVs, and the only comfort as with this is that, you know, we get to be reminded of the legacy that they leave behind, and the shows and the movies that they leave behind, and obviously the incredible messages that have come out from everyone who's ever worked with him over the last week. This was a big one. When I saw this drop, I was just like, wow. Like, you think of these people as you see them in the movies, right? When I think of Ray Liotta, I always think of him as Ray Liotta in Goodfellas. You know, I think of him as Henry Hill. But you also forget that, you know, people do get older, and we don't really know the cause of this death as well too. But
yeah, that's what makes it a bit more, like, I guess, haunting.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I'm happy that he was at least happy in life with his fiance, and it's just sad. It's just sad when we see things like this.
This is like our second, we'll say, star to have passed in their sleep. Bob Saget being the other one that's just so sudden and so sad. We wish the Liotta and his family our condolences.
Of course,
for sure.
Yeah, watch a Ray Liotta movie this week and to celebrate his life.
Watch a lot of Ray Liotta movies.
Watch something other than the Goodfellas.
Yeah, watch Copland. Watch Copland.
Go watch Field of Dreams.
Yep.
Go watch Saints of Newerk.
There's so many things you can watch.
Yeah.
Like,
go play Grand Theft Auto Vice City, because he's so good in that.
So good in that.
He's so good in that.
Oh man.
Let's go on to quick updates. PlayStation State of Play is happening this week.
Yeah, this Thursday. So a lot of PlayStation news this week.
I heard it's going to revolve around maybe God of War. We don't know, but let's hope.
You think we get a date for God of War this week?
I think we'll get like a date.
I think we'll get a date for this September.
Yeah,
is my prediction.
September is a good time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say October. The week of October 10th.
Okay.
Your
birthday is what you're trying to say.
I'm going to say August now, just to go further away from yours.
I'm going to say it's already out, and I'm playing it at the moment.
It's on our PlayStation.
They're like, you can play this game today. What would you think?
I'd cry.
I'd be like, cool.
I'd be like, damn, this is crazy.
guys, we gotta play. We gotta play.
What was it? It was a Sega Saturn. That was like, it's out today.
Yeah.
And all the stores were like, fuck you, Sega, for doing this, because it was awful.
It must have been. It's such a weird time to think like you could have bought a console the day it was announced.
Yeah,
and like they had it in store, even though it was like what, $4.99.
Yeah, but we know from
$3.99.
This is something that still happens with new products. Maybe not flagship products anymore, but you know, this is stuff does happen still.
Right? I love that shit.
Yeah,
because when you like spontaneously come out with things like that, even though, like, imagine Apple was to say new iPhone today, like right now, you could
buy it right now. Yeah, like I love that shit.
Their site would just crash, and you know they would have like what's that issue, that thing that happens to websites when it's just overrun by people?
404?
A DDoS?
Oh, I thought you were seeing like Freddie Mercury there for a second.
I'm no hacker, man.
I'm not a hacker either.
Look at you. You're fucking IT.
Yeah, but like,
you got the glasses.
That's true. I have the glasses.
Do you have glasses you could hack? Okay.
Yeah, you're a hacker.
One sec, I'm hacking into you right now.
Yeah, but the website just gets just flooded and it's dead.
But it'll just crash. You know?
Crash.
Yeah.
Directed by David Cronenberg and
Paul Greengrass.
Did they have sex with the computers?
That's how they crash.
Racially abused computers, yes.
Oh.
Damn. Where do we go from this? I don't know. State of Play this week. That should be fun. But yeah, there's nothing cooler when a company's like, and it's out now.
Dude.
And you're like, ah!
I totally fuck with that. Like, I would love for
we need something like that.
Like we've been getting that a lot now with music, like surprise drops. Like the artist would be like, and the album.
I feel like we haven't, as of late.
It has
Beyonce
been a bit of
we haven't had we had Beyonce. We had
Drake.
We had Drake. We had the Beyonce and Jay-Z album too.
Yeah.
But with music, it's so instant, and then it just dissipates.
Then it's gone.
Well,
Yeah.
because
Like,
there's
within a
so
week, it's
much
gone.
music
Yeah.
now. Like the power of streaming has been a blessing and a curse when it comes
Yeah.
to this stuff.
I feel like that was a marketing strategy that gets outdated.
But you know what? You
right?
know what? You know what? Recently did that, and it really shit the bed. Cloverfield Paradox.
Yeah, that was
That Super Bowl
during the Super Bowl one.
And they're
Yeah.
like, and it's out now. And then
well, it shit the bed because it wasn't good.
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, God of War, I think, is going to get a date for this either late summer or early fall. But you know what? We'll listen to Steve's story when he writes about it this week.
Not the
too.
week of October 10th. Eh?
Not the week of October. If it's the week of October 10th,
You're selling your PlayStation.
no, I was going to say, like, I'll buy it for you as a birthday gift. But now I'm like, no, I'll sell my PlayStation instead.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
So
Oh
many.
man, I hope it happens. Dan can't play it. He'll cry. He will cry.
I will cry.
Elton John documentary Goodbye Yellow Brick Road lands at Disney in mega deal for hybrid release. This was a big one. I don't know what the deal consisted of, but I know that Elton John gave Disney Plus the rights. Disney has pretty much produced quite a bit of music documentaries in the past 3 years. It got the Beatles.
Yep.
You have Sex Pistols.
Sex Pistols one, yeah.
coming out.
I think it was $50 million they got.
Elton John doesn't. He's well taken care of for the rest of his life, but like that's a lot too.
It's great. I absolutely love Elton John, and I think this is great to be coming to Disney Plus.
Question, because
Yeah,
we're
sorry,
talking about
I was.
music
You gave me
and
this
Elton
look. I was
John.
like,
And
what's
then I thought
happening?
when I thought of Elton John, I also thought of Justin Timberlake, because Justin Timberlake was in Elton John's song, the music video
Yeah.
of his. I forgot the song's name.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Justin Timberlake's album? His
Selling his rights?
his rights for $100 million.
Man. Oh, it was $100 million, right?
It was
Was it
100
100 or 150?
$100 million.
100.
I feel like it was not as much as he should have gotten.
Yeah,
man.
a lot of people think that.
I feel like that feels too low
I
to
feel like
me.
you should have negotiated for a little bit more.
But like, yes, and I kind of see what Justin Timberlake has great albums, great songs, but they're just not there. Like, he doesn't have a bunch of songs and a bunch of albums to like raise that price up. He only has 3 albums?
Yeah. So again, totally different categories, and this is the Beatles of all people. But the Beatles got what equates to now, based on the rights, like $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel like JT, again, nowhere near. The Beatles are my favorite band of all time. But I thought he would have gotten at least maybe 200, 250 million. Like, he's made anthems. And Justin Timberlake's songs are everywhere in movies. Like, when you think of like the Minions movies and what the Trolls movies and shit like that too. Like,
Right.
I thought he would have gotten a lot more money for it. But does this include future releases as well too? I'm assuming.
I think he's done with
Does he
music.
get? Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
That's great.
I don't know how like all of that stuff works, but I just felt like he could have gotten more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speed Racer. What's the line?
Speed Racer
Go Speed Racer?
Yeah, Speed.
Oh no, that's
Racer.
Go Gadget. Sorry.
That's Ridge Racer. That's
Ridge Racer.
Yeah, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Speed Racer is a saying. I forgot what it is. But Speed Racer live action TV series from J.J. Abrams in the works at none other than Apple.
Wait a second. So Apple already has a racing series in the works, so they're not going to get Gran Turismo then.
Well, they have like an anime. We don't even know if this is like what this is going to be.
Also, JJ is attached, I think, to every single thing ever made at this point.
But yeah, probably not. They're not going to have 2 racing shows.
Again, unless Gran
Ba-
Turismo is like a documentary style, like just cars, like, oh, welcome to
like
the cafe.
like Top Gun, like Top Gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the car cafe. Here we're talking about the Pagani. Blah, 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 blah.
I don't, yeah. It'd be interesting because, I mean, they could have Speed Racer and Gran Turismo, but
I
maybe
feel
not
like
now.
It would be too much of the same
Yeah,
thing.
maybe it's gonna go like to what's Roku, where the Weird Al movie is.
It's going to go and start in Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, as the car.
I drove past the Roku head office, and they didn't have anything with Weird Al on the front, so I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
Did they have Roku on the front?
They had Roku on the front, and they're right beside Yahoo, I believe.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting neighbors.
Yeah. And also right in front of them is a dispensary.
Yeah. But that's an interesting. Speed Racer on Apple TV Plus. I remember, like, when I think of Speed Racer, I think of the Wachowskis, and I also think of Speed Racer.
Was that from 2009? That movie?
I feel like it's earlier, 2006.
2006. But just the animation style and like the hybrid of anime meets live action and the seizures that probably it produced in that time period for a lot of people.
Did you guys like the Speed Racer movie?
It was cool.
I never watched it, but I watched
cool
the show.
Visuals, yeah.
Really cool visuals.
It just did awful. Like, it just did really bad at the box office.
Emil Hirsch wasn't really a cash grab at that time either. I mean, he was in stuff for sure, but yeah.
But even Speed Racer, the story, it's just about this family who goes on and races, right? Like, it's not... There's nothing to really dive into, so I'm interested to see where J.J. Abrams takes his character. Maybe someone dies in the speed race. The only way you grab someone's attention is someone has to die.
It's possible.
Would it be cool? Like, it starts off like
He's dead? Speed Racer dies?
Who's Speed Racer's villain?
I don't know. I'm not a
slow racer.
He looks like...
Yeah.
Would he be a villain?
a grandma in Florida.
He kind of looks like Luigi's villain. Waluigi? Waluigi, yeah.
What'd you call him?
Waluigi.
Is it Racer X?
Racer X?
How could you forget with a name
Maybe
like that?
that's not him because I'm thinking of someone else. Let's go on to box office.
Cha-ching! Yeah, we got some box office news. I mean, obviously, right now it is also a long weekend for our American brethren. It is Memorial Day weekend, so I don't know if the numbers are a hundo on this, but at the moment right now we have Top Gun Maverick, which is projecting about 150 million over this holiday weekend over the 3-day scale. Paramount is predicting a $123 million haul. That's going to be a huge record for Tom Cruise here, because I think the most that he's kind of walked away with was 64.8 for War of the Worlds. And this movie is also playing in the widest release we've ever seen. This is playing in 4,735 locations. I think the most I've ever seen is like 4,400 before.
So this is the widest release domestically that we've ever seen.
It's nuts.
I thought Mission Impossible Fallout made more money opening weekend, but it made 61 million.
Yeah.
War of the Worlds did 64. Wow.
Yeah.
And now this is doing 123 in just 3 days.
This is his first $100 million
opening.
It was nuts. Like I feel like Tom Cruise would have had that before.
Yeah, but again, what a movie! And again, this is what they wanted, right? They held on to this movie for friggin' 2 years because they knew they had something special, and I think they wanted audiences to be comfortable, and
they released it at the best time.
Yeah, and obviously you're going into May now is a really interesting month because you usually have a Marvel movie at the beginning of May. You'll have random movies in the middle, then maybe towards the end you'll have something bigger. But they released this movie in the perfect spot. I would have argued they could have even dropped a week earlier.
Yes.
To have 3 weeks in front of Jurassic Park.
I think they're really hoping for the Memorial Day.
But man, like they dropped it Memorial Day. It is killing it. Everyone who I've known, who I've talked to, have seen it, loves it.
Yeah.
It's great time to be a Top Gun fan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is a good movie.
Do you think the marketing brought down that price though? That money that came back with the marketing throughout the years, because they really marketed the shit out of it, and it's like,
I don't know. I think they count that as like a write off. They're only focusing on, let's look at the money we're getting in right now. Right. And again, we've said it all. I don't know what Paramount's next film is right now, but Paramount has had one of the best starts to the year that I've seen from a company. Right, when we talk about Scream, Jackass, The Lost City, Sonic. Now Top Gun, like they've just been on a roll, and then they have the offer and Paramount Plus, and they have their whole rebrand. So Paramount is in a great position now to hopefully continue this momentum going forward. And then we got that Mission Impossible trailer as well too.
Yeah, big money for big cruise.
That's the saying.
That's the saying. I think right now the next film is Paws of Fury: The Legend of Hank, which is a Nickelodeon film.
Yeah.
Secret Headquarters, but their next, I guess, big film is going to be Babylon, which is December 25th.
Is that the one directed by
David Chazelle?
David Chazelle, yeah.
So, I mean, if history repeats itself, that should be a good movie as well.
Hope so.
It's David Chazelle. Mm-hmm. So I think they're in a good spot. They're having a phenomenal year. Top Gun Maverick is blowing expectations right now, and I can't wait to watch it again and again with you guys.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm definitely so excited to watch it again.
Yeah.
My voice is now crackling.
Oh no!
I'm losing.
Drink some
voice.
water.
I did drink some water.
Oh,
it's one of those things that I can't get rid of.
Puberty?
No, it's not puberty. I still feel like I'm going through it, I guess. Let's move on to some trailers. We have a shit ton of trailers.
Oh boy, do we.
Yeah, this is...
But only one matters in my eyes.
3 weeks of trailers that we haven't really discussed. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. I'm going to go through the list and we'll talk about
Let's go. Name them all.
Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, Thor, Love and Thunder, She-Hulk, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Andor, Willow, Moon Age Daydream, Bros, Beast, The Gray Man, 300 Years of Longing, Spiderhead, Cha-Cha, Real Smooth.
Cha-Cha, Real Smooth.
And there's probably more, but these were the ones that I think our audience would probably want to
care about.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the biggest one?
Which one is the biggest one? That's the thing. Which one is the biggest one?
Let's start with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. We have to. How could we not?
Yeah.
So we got that leak that happened last week, the week before Top Gun Maverick. We knew this is the same trailer that they showed off at CinemaCon, and I don't know if their plans were to release this yet because it doesn't feel
complete.
It feels like a lot of scissor reel. It's an amazing trailer. Like I was like floating after watching it. But it's also missing sound effects. I don't know if that was like intentional.
Right.
So maybe they were just planning on showing it in front of Top Gun and then releasing another trailer later this year. But it's out in the world now, and holy shit!
I remember you guys messaged me because I was in San Francisco at this time. I was driving down the windy road of Lombard Street. And it's a 5 mile per hour road. So I'm going down and I get a message. It's like Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning trailer. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm driving the slowest road imaginable. Can't wait to pull over so I can just feast on this trailer. And boy, what I've been having like flashbacks of it.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of Fallout. Like it just gave
a lot
me
of
Fallout
shots
vibes.
looked like Fallout too.
Oh yeah.
Pacing, the editing.
It's not a bad thing though.
It's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing at all.
But
it's phenomenal. Like Tom Cruise is a fucking movie star, man.
Yeah.
Like he like you see everything that he's doing in this, and you're like, you're in it. And Mission Impossible's in a spot, I think, since the 4th film, and I love them all, but since Ghost Protocol, Mission Impossible has been on a path just to one up itself every single time. You have Ghost Protocol and the Burj Khalifa. You have Rogue Nation, which is like a million other stunts, and then Fallout, it's like, yeah, let me just there are things in a Fallout, like we thought the Halo jump was going to be the big stunt of the movie,
But it wasn't.
this is the first 10 minutes of the movie, and it's like, yep, we just did it, what's next?
Yeah.
And like it's just escalation, and it's amazing.
Like this trailer, Dead Reckoning, had so many of those major stunts. I don't even know which one is the big one.
No.
Like you have the train, you have the motorcycle jump. You have so many other
everything.
things.
Him just driving a
something
car
in Paris.
Yeah.
Is it Paris? Yeah, it seems like it's Paris.
And then Kittredge's coming back.
Yeah. Oh my God.
My
Kittredge.
God.
I love Kittredge.
I just love that look Tom Cruise does, that head tilt is so powerful.
Little aggressive. Yeah.
He's so powerful, man.
He's
so good.
He's gonna be 60 years old this year.
Guys, does Scientology work?
I think so. Should we all convert?
I don't know.
I'll convert after Miss.
Like
Marvel.
I'm not Scientologist, and I look okay for my age.
Do you though?
Anthony's 12 years old.
Anthony, for an 18-year-old, you look rough. Okay.
Oh wow.
But
Anthony can pull off an 18-year-old.
No, you look good. You're a good-looking guy.
Am I?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Oh, okay, thanks.
I think so.
His raspy voice went away when you said that. He's
Yeah.
like,
You think so? Anthony.
A lot of characters that we're introduced to as well.
yeah, we get Haley Atwell showing up. We got
Yes.
Palm Clementif showing up.
Yep.
Again, Kittredge coming back, played by I forget his name
From Ready or Not.
Ready or Not, yeah, which I just watched last week
Is he
too.
not Canadian
Henry
as well?
Cesarny?
I believe you. Is he Canadian?
No, he's not. I don't think he's Canadian.
Um,
Oh yeah, he's Canadian. He's from
Yeah.
Toronto. I'm the
wait, is that
worst.
in Canada? Yeah.
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 Yeah, he's from Toronto. That's crazy. Yeah.
How do you pronounce his name?
We'll get
His
him on the
last
show.
name?
Henry, I think it's Zerny.
Cerny.
Zerny, yeah.
But yeah, amazing. Like, what more can you say about this trailer than I want it now? I don't want to wait till next year. Paramount, just drop it now. Put it double feature with Top Gun in theaters.
And this
Print
is part.
money.
This is part 1 of 2.
Yeah, please don't call it Dead Reckoning Part 2 though. Call it something else. Dead or Reckoning. Dead Reckoning. Something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second trailer. Thor: Love and Thunder.
great. It's more of the first trailer. We finally got to see Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher, which looks great. We see a lot more of Valkyrie. We see a lot more of Natalie Portman as the mighty Thor. Looks really fun. Again, this is another one that I think we're going to have a great time with come in July.
Yeah.
What else is yeah, we got to see Zeus. We got to see
a lot of stuff.
We saw who play. Oh my god, why am I blanking on his name right now? What the heck? Who plays Zeus in the trailer?
Oh, Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Yeah. Why am I blanking on his name?
I was surprised that he's billed as like
on the poster. Yeah, I thought it was a cameo.
I thought it was just like a cameo, like here 5 minutes of
like Matt Damon showing up, right? Or Sam Elliott.
It gave me the visuals gave me the feeling of The Cell. And you remember The Cell with Jennifer Lopez and Immortals, just like
and like Sin City and things like that.
Fluided,
especially the Gore the God Butcher
when
stuff.
he's like stabbing the world, the planet. But it
looks really cool.
Really, really cool. She-Hulk
looks fun, very different. Again, Marvel is carving out their niche with Disney Plus and telling different stories. This looks like a Law and Order meets Sex and the City type of show.
Law and Order meets Grey's Anatomy with some Hulk.
With some Hulk, it's again, I know the big green elephant in the room is what the visuals are going to look like at the end. I watched the trailer on Disney Plus and it looks a lot better, not compressed, but obviously there's still work to be done, so we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. But I think Tatiana Maslany as Jennifer Walters is gonna be really good. Another Canadian in the MCU is always good.
The Gray Man
looks cool.
Yeah, I forgot what this was for a second. I'm like, the Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Russo brothers,
Chris Evans with that mustache.
Yeah. Looks cool. My problem with it was it just looked very generic action.
I was even surprised to see Ryan Gosling in a film like this. I think we watched it together in the car, Daniel.
We did. Yep.
It doesn't seem like Ryan Gosling would do this type
like
of
an
thing.
action star.
Yeah.
Because it's very action.
It's very action heavy. Yeah. I mean, he hasn't really done something like that before, so let's.
This also reminds me of like a type of movie that would have come out in like 2012,
or
like 2009. It's like, this is a Paramount Pictures
like
Eagle Eye type movie where like
very
he's on the run.
Yeah.
But I hope it's good. I mean, it's going to be on Netflix in July.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be seeing it soon, and of course we'll have a review for it.
Andor.
Looks cool. It looks very rough and like gritty, which I like.
Like Rogue One.
Yeah, and they didn't shoot this. I'm liking the name that they used. They didn't shoot this using the volume at all. Like this is all on like locations and things like that. They were shooting this movie or the show. I'm just more surprised that it's 12 episodes.
Yeah.
12 episodes season 1, 12 episodes season 2, and season 2 is going to lead right into Rogue One.
Very cool.
So it's a lot. I'm just curious how long these episodes are.
Yeah, I feel like if it's 12 episodes, they got to be like 20 to 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
Unless if they're doing full.
It would be 30 minutes at least.
30 to 40? Like, do you think they're like Obi-Wan episodes or like 45 minutes?
I don't know. That's a lot.
Like, but to think we used to get TV shows, 24 episodes that were 45 minutes long, right?
And if they don't really use a lot of visual CG, they can get away with some of those types of episodes.
Yes, they could. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
What else came out this week? Spiderhead is also directed by Joseph Kosinski, who just did Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
Chris Evans, Miles Teller. Looks weird.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, it looks weird.
It just doesn't seem like a movie I would... It feels like Swordfish. Remember Swordfish?
Yeah. Oh, was John Travolta going to show up with a bus and just...
like, here's this eccentric dude who's like, takes these people in and, I don't know, like, somehow manipulates them in a sort of way, but he's cool looking.
Yeah.
It's weird for sure, and I'm curious as to what it's going to be.
It also kind of give me vibes of what was the one we just watched with Ian McGregor?
Oh, The Island.
The Island, yeah. It kind of reminded me... The Island reminded me of that a little bit, too.
Yeah.
Moon Age Daydream, David Bowie documentary. I think that's going to be great.
Yep.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor game follow-up to Jedi Fallen Order, which I finally finished in January this year, which I liked it. I still had a lot of issues with the games, but I'm hoping now that they've taken a lot of the feedback that they've gotten, and I think this is going to be something really special next year, so I'm excited for it. I just want to see more of it. I want to see gameplay.
There's a character that's teased in it too, inside of a test tube. We don't know who he is.
A test tube?
Yeah, remember at the end of the...
In like the back to tank type thing?
Well, yeah, okay, whatever.
The test tube, I think of like something like a little
really
small.
tiny.
He's being tested, man.
Yeah.
It's a tube. He's being tested.
It is a tube.
Who is it?
I don't know. It looks like some character.
It looked like a Final Fantasy character.
Yeah.
It looked like the villain from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it looked like Sephiroth. Sephiroth, yeah.
Sephiroth.
There he is. Looks cool 5 years after the events of the first movie, which is literally putting it in line with the events of Obi-Wan Kenobi and all of the and Ahsoka and everything, right? So maybe we'll see Cal Kestis show up somewhere. Yeah, I love the Lego set they announced this week, the BD1.
Yeah,
and it looks. I'm like,
so
shit.
cool.
I'm like, I want it. This is really cool.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Out this week, we got The Boys season 3.
Finally, it's premiering with 3 episodes this week, and we'll have our. It's premiering on Thursday. We'll have a review out on Wednesday for it.
And we also have Watcher.
Yeah, you were looking forward to this movie.
Yeah, it's like a horror thriller movie. Hopefully we get something out of it and we can watch it.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about its release here in Canada. So
yeah, it's like very vague.
Yeah, we'll find out what happens.
But let's get into what we're watching. I'm going to start off with Daniel.
Yeah, it's been a month of just watching a lot of random stuff. So like I literally, because we were planning on releasing a numbered episode, obviously we plan on doing one every week, but when it's a quiet week or we have a lot of other things going on, we'll push it back. So I have like things like The Evil Dead and The Evil Dead 2 and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness in here because this was from earlier in May. Some movies and shows I really do want to spotlight that I did watch and I had a good time with that we're allowed talking about, because everything else we have a review for on the movie podcast, which you can listen to. Comedy Punks, great documentary series, episode 1 and 2. It's a 2-parter on Prime Video with the kids in the hall. Go watch it and go see why they are such a crucial part of not just Canadian comedy, but just the comedy world in general, what they brought to it. Go check that out. I can't talk enough about Top Gun Maverick. So, Shay, finally we get to hear your thoughts on Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, yeah.
So you could talk about that and Stranger Things.
Yeah.
You could share your thoughts on that. But before you do, Abbot Elementary, Disney Plus, fantastic show. Just such a great feel-good show that I've been having a great time watching. And Shoresy, which is a spinoff of Letterkenny, from the character of like Shoresy. He's a hockey player and they're a really shitty hockey team in Sudbury, Ontario. And what I think works so well about the show is that it embraces the hockey culture. It's very Canadian. So you're watching it and you're like, yeah, I feel like I went to high school with people like in this. So like you kind of get that familiarity for it. I think it's gonna be premiering on Hulu this week. So for our American friends who want to watch it, but if you're a Letterkenny fan, check this out. Obviously, you know the character because he was on the show, but really, really funny, and I recommend it. It's on Crave. You could watch it all 6 episodes. I burned through it in one night.
Nice.
Yeah. That's all I got for you.
Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah.
Shay.
Yeah, again, crazy month. We have I finally finished Dope Sick. I really liked it. Fuck the Sackler Family. Like, man, that great show. Staircase, I've been watching that. So that's on HBO or HBO Max.
Yeah, the Colin Firth one.
Colin Firth and
Tony Collette,
Dane DeHaan, and Patrick Schwarzenegger is in it too. Like, he's great actually in it, like the Schwarzenegger's son. It's good. I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm curious where it's gonna go. I know that the Netflix documentary is also there. I'm trying to avoid obviously spoilers for this factual story that occurred. But I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing so far. I love Toni Collette. I think she's so entertaining to watch. She's really great.
Yeah.
It always trips me out when you hear her talk with her accent.
Oh my god.
And you're like, oh, she's not American.
Yeah. Super weird.
Mike Marino did all the prosthetics for it too.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
For
Staircase. Yeah, friend of the show, Mike Marino.
I'm trying to think what prosthetics I've seen so far.
I guess
they must be really good.
It's you know.
Oh,
Toni
yes.
Collette's-
Yes. Okay, then I get it. Okay, cool. We have reviews out for Men and Bob's Burgers movie. Because I went to go see Top Gun before, like right when I came back. I watched Tropic Thunder to see some Tom Cruise.
Yeah, you wanted to see Tom Cruise's acting abilities.
Oh my god, yeah. And let me talk about Top Gun Maverick real quick. Fucking sick. Love this movie. It was really damn good. I totally get why you guys give it real gems because man, it was amazing.
I didn't give it a real gem, but I might go back and give it a real gem.
Yeah.
We gotta watch. Let the three of us gotta watch it in 40x.
Yeah.
so we
I
can
think
live
give it a real gem because people were bothering me from the back. Like there were people talking in that theater that just interrupted my experience.
your immersion of it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Like with the scene with the guys coming out playing volleyball, everyone was like, ah. And I'm like, I get it. Like, I get it. You like men.
Dude, that was me, first of all. That was me who made that sound.
Rude. That was Daniel, probably.
First of all, no, yeah, I get it. I think it's funny, and again, this is such, again, you could say fuck you to us for saying this, but we're in such like a position when we watch movies that when we're at like normal screenings now, like sometimes you forget that like there's audience reactions, and I think we're so conditioned from press screenings that like the most amazing, again, we watched Spider-Man No Way Home, and with press and like radio silence. It was just us going like, holy fuck. But then you watch it with an audience and you're like, this is how you're expecting it to be. So yeah, when we watched Top Gun Maverick, it was a bigger screening.
But it wasn't just like cheering. It was just like people were talking.
People were talking. Yeah, that's talking. Annoying, though. It was annoying. Yeah.
Here's the thing. There's two things I absolutely hate in a screening of any kind of film.
Yeah.
Talking and your phone out.
Yeah.
Like for 2 hours, put your damn phone away.
Yeah. If you chose to come to this, then respect everyone else around you. Put your phone away.
And no matter how low your brightness is, it is still brighter than you think.
Yeah. And also, you could whisper during a movie. Yeah. But whisper. People whisper like, hey, what do you think of that? It's like, that's not whispering.
Who's that guy? No, I'm watching it the first time as well.
I'm watching Top Gun Maverick right now. This is the ASMR, the movie podcast. Oh. You know, like that's like you have to whisper like that so it doesn't bother the people next to you. Hopefully that came up on the microphone.
I hope so. But yeah, yes, I loved Top Gun Maverick. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to watch it again. I only have seen it in AVX right now.
Dude, you didn't even watch the movie then. What
you
the
didn't even watch it.
Barely watched it, if anything. Yeah,
my gosh.
I'm a bitch, I know.
AVX.
I didn't have a choice.
Might as well put a blindfold on.
What? I don't know about that.
It was watch it at home, dude.
Yeah, might as well watch it on my phone. Yeah. It's crazy. I can't wait to watch it in IMAX and in 40X, so I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. We have Miss Marvel, which we're going to be dropping a review for shortly.
June 7th at 9 a.m. Eastern 7th.
Time. Stranger Things. I also love Stranger Things. I couldn't be on the review episode, but man, great. It was super good. Great. I really love this season. I think this season, and maybe because it's recency bias, I think I like it more than season 1, but I love season 1 as well.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I even like it more than season 1.
Yeah, it's got all the right things going for it. They've got great writing, great scares, great visuals. I'm really enjoying all the characters too. So yeah, that's probably why. But man, I'm loving it. Obi-Wan Kenobi we dropped a review for. I also started Abbot Elementary as well. I did the first episode, really funny, and I kind of restarted the after party again because
why not? It's never a bad time for the after party.
Yeah, and obviously there's more that we'll leave for another day.
For me, pretty much the same. Everything I've watched is a review for Bob's Burgers, Top Gun Maverick, Stranger Things 4. The Boys season 2, I guess I put on just so I can prep myself for season 3, and I started watching The Boys season 3. You will hear or view our review soon.
Yes.
Miss Marvel, June 7th review. Crimes of the Future, which a review is coming out on Tuesday.
Yeah, so Tuesday, May 31st. Yeah, we'll be able to. We'll have a review after that.
Me and Daniel went to have some fun with the Crimes of the Future.
Yeah, Anthony and I went to the future, and then we were like, let's never go back to the future if it's going to be like that. Not that the movie's bad. It's not. No. It's a very dystopian. It's interesting. Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, Chippendales Rescue Rangers.
The Chipmunks flew planes in that.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Yeah. They're more reasonable to understand like why they would fly that plane, you know?
Right.
And the kids show is like they actually have this technology that's that small.
But in the kids show, as we learned, that's not real. Right? That's very true.
They're acting.
Yeah. That's very true. Anything else before we wrap up today's episode, which is episode 141. I can't believe it's 141 episodes.
Main episodes, yeah.
Main episodes of the show. So do you guys know how many episodes of the show we have that including our reviews?
400.
400. What do you think?
I'm going to say 385.
Oh, okay.
You guys are both very close. So right now, episodes that are out.
As of what?
As of episodes that are out right now.
Right.
We have about 365. Which is nuts. What do you think about it, though?
365, that's like how many days in a year, right?
It's true. So you could listen to an episode a day, and there's some people are out there.
Yeah.
You know?
We just crossed the platform, like a milestone.
Yeah. So we have some like internal milestones that we track here, and like, you know, it's crazy to see the growth, and like we've like doubled what we've had like in like 5 or 4 months than we've had in like the 2 years that we were doing the show. So again, for everyone who's listening, everyone who's supporting us, we're growing and we're able to hopefully bring our A game every single week because of what you're giving to us, right?
It's true. It's true.
We're very thankful.
We're very thankful. And again, this summer is going to be even crazier because we have a lot of special guests lined up. We have a lot of great movies coming out. So it's always a good time to listen to the Movie Podcast.
Definitely. And as always, you can catch a new episode of the Movie Podcast every single Monday, and watch out throughout the week for our review episodes on all the latest movies and series. Don't forget to follow us at the Movie Podcast on Instagram, Twitter. I know I said that really funny. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Letterboxd, as well as YouTube. Like and subscribe. And don't forget to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And join our Discord. And don't forget to write into the show.
Why are you in trouble? Why are they in trouble?
Don't forget to write into the show.
Hello.
My cigarette's about to end.
Hello at TheMoviePodcast.ca. Leave us a little message in there.
Yeah.
Nice message. Yeah. Or a question.
Leave a message if you dare. You'll see what happens.
Yeah. And you can check out our show notes for all those links and more. That was This Time with the Movie Podcast.
And we'll see you next.